Welcome to Business Blueprint. My name is Ayub, and today I'm thrilled to have Kosma Szostak. He's the CEO and founder of Showstak Automation, one of Europe's most successful staging automation and rigging companies. They produce large-scale events such as Cirque du Soleil, Ultra Music Festival, Elie Saab's fashion show, and I get to talk to him today about his career, his insights, and the blueprint to stage automation. Enjoy. Kosma, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you for having me.
The first thing I want to ask you is that you have one of these unique jobs where you create these incredible stages, unforgettable memories for people to enjoy, and yet rarely people know who's behind it. Yeah. And so I want to ask, how does it feel knowing that your work create these unforgettable memories for people, and even if they don't know who actually did it?
My friends and family still don't understand what I'm doing.
Okay.
All the time, friends asking me, "Do you still build those stages, or are you still doing this sound setups for the events?" So no, such events require a huge amount of efforts to provide and bring it to life. This is like 100 people job and many multiple companies delivering equipment to site, services, labor. I cannot even name like all of the services involved in such big productions. And we are bringing this small puzzle to, the full image scope of work, which is rigging and stage automation services. And working on some events also cost you a bit of, honestly, that I cannot tell it, I did this event, because it's not true. I was a small part of this event, and probably without me, this event will still happen, and maybe it will look different, but this is the truth.
Yeah, but still, like, having all these components, obviously, like in any, project, especially these big projects, it's hard for only one company to do it. Yeah, even in some weddings, for example, this Ambani wedding, like there are so many stakeholders within it. Yeah, so
there are also companies that they pretend they have all of these services, and under them are like smaller companies, contractors. Because our industry is not easily predictable in a like pipeline of projects, jobs that you can handle. When I speak with my father, who is a top-level CEO of one of the biggest companies in Poland, he doesn't understand how we can how we don't know like what will be the projects we'll be handling in next 3-6 months time. For example, the Elie Saab in Saudi Arabia, I did it. I knew that we got this contract at not even 1 week before we started. It was 4 days before we started.
Oh, wow.
I just got a phone call. I jumped into the meeting. There was like cameras on the meeting because they already knew they got this tender. And we started like working, like they called me 2 p.m. I jumped from other big jobs I was doing that time. And since that time, I spent like almost like 2-3 a.m. working in the office in different place, and my life changed completely, from this moment, because I just I got awarded for a new job. Okay,
that's insane. Yeah, I saw the fashion show of Elie Saab. It was absolutely incredible. Like only like top musicians, and the production was insane. I just got the comment from a friend that she saw the event, and everyone was mind blown. Yeah, there was Jennifer Lopez, Celine Dion, Nancy Ajram, all the
which is not easy
artists.
To see Celine Dion these times.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was amazing.
How was the experience? Tell me more about the experience of like the setting up that whole project, and also being there as part of some legendary kind of fashion show.
It's completely different experience comparing to Europe, because everything in Middle East is tailor made for specific of the culture. and everything seems to be a little bit hectic and last minute, but there is like a huge amount of energy everywhere.
Okay.
And this I feel in Saudi Arabia and doing such events like Poland 15 years ago, for example. So I am this triggering me to have this new energy in me and approach to the projects with different view.
So what's your opinion on Saudi Arabia and how it's dominating the entertainment industry in general? Like whether it's sports, music, fashion, they're having all the highest level events over there. So what do you think about that?
So for sure they invest a lot, and they expect everything to be a top quality and biggest standards. And this is a truth. Like every most important games, concerts, shows, now it's happening in Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia now is the main land for event industry and all the sporting, like boxing fights, football games. So they are really investing a lot. And we as a team, we need to achieve everything to meet the expectation of our clients and investors there. So for example, Elie Saab was a mix of many companies. Some of the companies were local, and but most majority of the team were brought from other countries. We cooperated with event agency from France that specialize in Paris Fashion Week. So we had this touch and professionalism of the people that work, for example, on Gucci, Chanel, Versace fashion shows, and also the last Olympic Games in Paris. From other hand, our client that control all the safety standards and bringing all the technical aspects to life, they were American company. So all this touring and they have all the skills.
Yeah, got it. And how did you start? How did you get into stage rigging and automation? How does the career start?
Okay, so I never worked in maybe I worked in normal company. So I was always driven by the events and clubs entertainment industry, and I was building my career over last 13 years before I became an entrepreneur. It started even in mid school and high school, like organizing some parties. Then I became a club promoter and a DJ as well, and I was the first guy with my partner at that time who brought to Poland Tale of Us, Nina Kravic. So that time they were not a really recognizable person, but after 6 months, 1 year, they become
popular
stars. And that gave us this this promotion that these guys know what they are doing, And simultaneously, I also run my small company that was renting equipment to the clubs. So this is how I started.
Yeah, because rigging is not the conventional career. Even like learning how to do it, how do you actually learn how to do that? Because there are no schools, I mean, as far as I know, where you go like, hey, I want to have a career in stage rigging and learn that. Do you just go for someone who already does it and learn from them, or you just read books around that, or how does it work?
I did everything that you mentioned, but later. My first experience was hop on a crazy job and figure out how to do the job yourself, or discuss it with your friends, or that was a really challenging period. So the first professional touch with this industry And the key point was in 2011, and I started a job in the biggest staging company in Poland.
Okay.
And this company had a contract with Live Nation, and that was my first option to see this intricate life of behind the scenes efforts that all the people are bringing those efforts to life, and that truly inspired me that time. And I knew that so this is what I really want to do.
Okay. And so how did your role evolve from starting Showstak to now? You're probably managing a lot of people and contractors, maybe. So how does your role fit into that from the moment you started to now?
Okay, that was of course a long journey, and I believe that time that if you are motivated and you believe in something, you will achieve it. And it is funny how I achieved it, that I become a businessman from starting just a job operations. Yeah. I was a new business manager. Then I convinced my partners to run a separate company that I will run. That time I was managing a small team, and I had some small amount of equipment. Okay. And I noticed some niche that I would like to follow, and that niche was stage automation. Okay. I was always driven by this, attending for biggest events. I didn't want to stay as a regional main player. I prefer to be a small company, but doing crazy things like Kazakhstan, Asia, USA. That was inspiring me and gave me this energy to.
Yeah, I see you did Cirque du Soleil as well, and the Ultra Music Festival. What is the event that, in your opinion, was the most interesting or impactful in your career?
Yeah, so in 2016, I became a CEO of this small AV company, which has we had everything: sound, lighting, multimedia, and this small kit of stage automation. We've been first company at the time that handled a small Kinesis automation system. And I truly focus only on this stage automation thing. And in April 2017, I got option to fly to Kazakhstan. Okay. And my client said to me that you can go there, but for sure you will not get anything from them, because Cirque du Soleil only works with companies they did before, and this is a very big show, and they will not trust like some small company from Poland. Okay. And I remember that like few months before, I decided that we would like to have our own R&D department. And I asked my engineer to design a stage lift they were looking for this that time. And I remember I was waiting all day at the doors, and the biggest companies from Belgium, France was attending the meetings, and it was like interview. And the same day they appointed the people that they will provide the services for the job. And I was the last person, and I got to the room. I made the presentation, and they were like, "Oh, like, what is this? Like, everyone told us it's not possible to do this stage lift. Do you think you really can make it in 8 weeks' time?" I said, yes.
Everything is possible. Yeah.
When someone give you the opportunity to do something that it's not possible, take it, and then later figure out how you're gonna make it.
Exactly. I love this analogy of jumping off a plane and then figure out how to land. Yeah, which is I think every successful entrepreneur does the same, or it's even, I would say, a criteria to succeed in business. You cannot have everything figured out from the beginning, which is impossible. Basically, it's about just doing the thing and solving problems on the way. And so, how do you choose which projects to work on, or which clients? Because I believe you have some outbound and some inbound as well. What's the balance between the two? Do you get more projects, like more clients asking you for projects, or are you more outreach to clients to apply for these jobs?
I think this is natural process. When we aim for biggest international projects, I'm also losing many small clients in Poland because they were thinking that they are now only doing big projects, they are too expensive or too busy. I will not bother them with our small events. So that time that was our biggest challenge that time, to maintain a cash flow that we had based on small events here in Poland and still aim for big projects. So from one hand that was amazing challenge and new opportunities for us, but from other hand it brought its own set of challenges, like managing bigger team, changing the processes inside the company to meet the requirements of big shows.
If you're finding value in this episode, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss out on incredible conversations with great entrepreneurs to learn more about business. So are you still doing smaller events, or now you're fully concentrating on the bigger scale events?
I'm doing small events, like in terms of my company. So for example, we only send 2 guys with some small amount of equipment, but those events are still big events. They are not like weddings or club parties. Okay, got it. One of the events that was most impressive to me is the one in O2 Arena in Prague, where you had the lead singer flying over 18,000 people. What was the most challenging thing technically and creatively about that stage, or setup? Believe in your team and your equipment. This is so. I remember one time I went to my competitor and main company that doing similar services in Belgium, and I was that time I started with stage automation and was terrified that no one is giving you the certificate that you can fly people on this equipment, or you can do this and that. I was questioning him, like, how you can assure me that this is safe, and all this kind of things. And he told me that, okay, you are the Formula 1 driver, you get into the machine, this machine is very powerful. You need to know its limits, how it's constructed. And this stuck in my mind. And the next years I spent on learning, on attending trainings, and now I'm confident with what I can provide, what I can do. But that time for 2017, I got a job to fly with 10-ton LED screen above 8,000 people in the biggest club in Ibiza. Oh wow! That was something that I couldn't sleep, and I was all the time thinking about all the processes, the installation, all the documentation we have to provide to make this show happen. And for sure, it's you need to believe that what. So how do you balance like the request of a client, like coming to you with some crazy idea, and making sure that you deliver the thing and deliver it safely for the audience? I'm still learning this. So I need to be on the conservative side of the vision. So client has a vision, but this vision is not always safe or wise to bring to life. And I cannot be the guy that all the time is pushing the brake, because they will not use my services. But somehow I need to find myself in this situation and deliver it safely. This is my main goal, the safety. Got it. And so walk me through the process of how you get a project and then how you deliver it from the idea to the final show. How does it work? It's like, for example, the Elie Saab. It's a phone call and you start working on it from scratch. And for sure you need to go and make some site inspection. You need to have some plans of the arena, some rigging plot. Many times the rigging plot is not done yet, so we are working on the rigging plot. So we have designers, engineers that are working on such things, calculating the loads under the roof. And then I collect the crew and put all the puzzles together to start doing the project.
Okay, awesome. And so what are the trends that excite you the most in stage automation at the moment? Because the industry of live performance is growing really fast with technology. So what excites you the most?
So the most exciting thing about this is regulation parts at the moment. So our industry is not regulated by law yet, and there are some movements for European Union regulations. And there is also machinery directive. There are also many other directives that you need to follow. Many countries has their own code of practices. And it's very tricky, and you need to find a way how you adapt.
Is it a good or a bad thing? This is going to be more regulated right now.
I think of course it's good. Because we will get more projects, because other companies will be not able to provide the equipment that is not designed for this purpose. And for example, preparing the risk assessment, we had to provide to fly Jennifer Lopez had 300 pages.
Wow!
And every aspects, every detail we have to calculate, measure. That is something that is really interesting, and it's something that not everyone can do, because everyone can install a hoist or winch and pull and press the button. But when you work on the risk assessment, the emergency rescue plan, you think about every best scenario that can happen, and you react to this, and you are prepared with your team for those scenarios. This is very interesting.
Got it. And how does your cooperation with artists during these shows look like? Are they very involved when it comes to the production and stage, or is it more the client and the artists, they just show up and do their thing?
The artists show up the last moment, and 3 days before they send a doubler, a person that is guiding the dancers and the rehearsals before the show. So the artist itself is not so much engaged in the show, but there are different shows. For example, the show you mentioned in Prague, we did 2 shows. One, the famous rap band Contrafact, where we were flying a rapper on the cross. It was very complicated installation and very complicated movement. This artist, from the beginning, he was involved in the entire production, which was nice, and we felt that we are one team, and it was important show for him as well.
Yeah, and so what technological advancements you foresee in the future when it comes to stage automation, live performances?
For sure, implementing seal-free safety. So for example, seal 4 is the safety level, integrity safety level that we are using on the airports to guide, or for example, train tracks to put the train on the right track and to avoid any collisions. And we are happy with seal 3 at the moment, but maybe it will go further in the future. The automation, the stage automation itself is not very how to say, it's nothing new, because all these systems are in the industry for last 10, 20, 30 years, right? So machinery and what I think can be innovative in our industry, it's making those products easily accessible for every show. So you don't need to customize it and tailor-made it for every show. You can make it in compact boxes, easy to transport, easy to install, straight, off the shelf ready, hop off on the truck, install, do the show, multiple scenarios and
okay, so it's more about optimizing the logistics of it on
because if you have budget and what you can imagine, we can make it flying, turning, sliding, etc. But it will take time. It will take time that no one has in this industry.
So is there a challenge that you think is impossible to do at the moment because of the lack of the technology needed for it, or anything is literally possible?
Mostly time. Okay. So we usually don't have more than 4 weeks before the show to get equipment ready. So many ideas are cancelled because the equipment is not available in the region, or it requires some R&D process, or it will require some the different things.
Okay. How do you see the future of live performances? Do you see a future where everything is automated? There's just digital performance where you don't need any artists on stage, or do you still obviously think that the human side is necessary to pull out a great event?
Interesting question. For sure, there will be events, and people has this need to attend the gatherings.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in any virtual shows. And what we had in theaters in previous era, everything was automated, scenery changed many times. You can do it with putting like different picture on the LED screens, but I'm pretty sure the stage automation is something new in our industry and can provide the wow effect that everyone expects.
Got it. Yeah. So I wanted to ask about your dream stage. Like, what is your dream stage? If, let's say, resources are unlimited, what would Kosma create?
I'm a big fan of all the concept of 360 degrees stages.
Okay.
With many automation sets, for example, like Ed Sheeran did, or Metallica, or U2. But once I worked on very interesting projects, self-driven platforms that can ride through it was a project for Expo Dubai.
Okay.
But we didn't make it finally. There were some cuts on the budgets, but that was really inspiring job. I don't think more about equipment and what kind of effects we can bring. I more like think on exploring new cultures, new region. I hope soon Africa will be the place where we're gonna fly and attend big shows, because when I'm a part of such a show, I feel like I'm a part of some history.
Yeah.
So, for example, there is I don't know, some anniversary of a small country, which is very important to those people. I made those people. We provide whatever it is needed, equipment-wise, but we help them to celebrate the moments, and this is what is about our events, not the equipment itself.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing I love about the event industry, because as much as I love technology, automation, all the AI stuff, but there is nothing that beats the human connection. Yeah, you go to event, you enjoy the happiness of people enjoying that moment. Yeah, I was also organizing some smaller events when I was in university, and just the fact of seeing all these smiling faces, enjoying their time during that event I organize, it makes you feel different. Yeah. And I don't think any robot will replace that at all. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I'm not very focused on having the equipment that will pump up the endorphins of the people. It is also important, but many times our automation is just used to redesign the stage or to make possible that the screen is opening and some objects can get into the stage. Yeah. So we are transforming the stage, and our systems are not visible to audience. Maybe some of the people didn't notice how the flowers flown from the roof during the Elie Saab show. But they appreciated that the stage is constantly changing. The louvers are rotating, showing the LED screen behind. The holographic screen is flying. So for the first time they have closed stage with holographic effect. Then it disappearing the roof, and some artist on the pod is coming from the roof to the stage. So these are the things that we are providing. It's like more not, this equipment is amazing. It's more about, my favorite artist is coming in not expected moment,
Exactly. And what is your favorite types of events, like industry wise? Do you do mainly the music type of events, or you also do some other events that in other industries?
Yeah, every type of show is inspiring. For example, it's completely different environment working with fashion shows, and completely different with techno events. And there is much bigger pressure also on corporate events, and the details aspect that we need to carry is completely different. My backbone is techno events, because I was the promoter, I was a DJ as well. So this is what I enjoy the most, and I have many friends, from artist management, artists itself, also the people that are going there. Many of them are friends. So those kind of shows are nice, but I love all kind of shows.
What do you think of the future of techno music and techno events? Because it's getting a little bit more mainstream at the moment, and I see many people kind of, the OG techno fans, they don't want the fact that techno is going mainstream, and many people are not, let's say, naturally enjoying the music, or like following, let's say, the cultural rules of these techno events. So how do you see that future and the balance of
this? Is a very interesting aspect, especially when you bring such shows to a country like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is the techno shows are related to some aspect that country like Saudi Arabia will not accept at all. So this is how the techno is entering the mainstream. And what Saudi Arabia is doing with festival Middle Beast, it's amazing. I've been at this festival, and you have I think maybe 200,000 people one day.
Oh wow!
The infrastructure is amazing. You cannot meet any festival in the world with such big infrastructure, such big stages. For example, they have steel bridges going from backstage, from one stage to another, for VIP people, just to be able to walk or drive by the mail access from one stage to another. And similar type of approach has Ibiza. So they do not want to have the audience that will buy only the water in the club. They are investing many funds in technologies, the show, and they are selling the tables to wealthy people. So this I think this is the future of techno music is mainstream.
Okay, I see. And like, talking about Saudi Arabia, do you believe that it is the future of events and entertainment, or do you think that other countries still have time to catch up? Because Saudi Arabia is just, there's unlimited money, they're taking it seriously. The people who organize it also know what they're doing. I saw a podcast with Eddie Hearn, who is a promoter of boxing, and there is this the main guy, Turkey, who promotes basically the events in boxing event in Saudi Arabia, and he said that this guy knows his stuff. He knows the industry, he knows the sports very well, and it's not just that they have money and splash it to whoever wants to create the event. And so do you see that it is where the entertainment is going in, as you said, the land of entertainment? Or
this is no more question mark. Okay. This is happening there.
Okay.
And they have best events at the moment, and Dubai is expanding with now Ushuaia opened a club in Dubai, but we cannot compare it to something that is happening in Ibiza or clubs in San Francisco or events in other, like Berlin, for example. Yeah. So Dubai is not taking anything from these places. They are like creating their own scene, and this is unique in this region. So Saudi Arabia techno show will be not the same like techno show in Berlin, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's just a different experience, which makes it more interesting, and there's more options. How have you done any event in Africa?
Not yet.
Not yet. I would hope so. Yeah.
Not
I mean, there's I see a lot of events, like in great events, South Africa. There's a similar event to Burning Man, basically in South Africa as well. They're doing something similar like that. And I do hope that there's some high-scale events also happening there.
For sure. I'm pretty sure that it will happen soon in this region.
Awesome. You are a triathlete. You do a lot of sports, which is impressive. I mean, your records are really impressive considering it's not your main job.
Yes.
And so I want to ask you, how does sports influence your professional life?
It improved my professional life.
Okay.
So I'm an ADHD person.
Okay.
And before COVID, I didn't do any sport. I was just working, and all this stress that I accumulated in me was taking me to the emotional states. It didn't help me to be a good leader. And, the COVID time helped me to reinvent myself, and then I found myself in sport. That is something I would like to be good at it, and it taught me so many good things, like time organization and the process you need to believe in. If you not believe in the process you are in, you will not achieve the goal. So if you go to the gym first week 3 times, and then you feel like everything hurts, okay, maybe this is not for me. So next week you attend only 1 time, then you see there is no results, right?
Yeah.
But if you believe in the process, and you can you can like be okay with hard moments that you achieve on your way, you see a milestone achievements at the end.
Got it. How many triathlons have you done, or Ironman? How many Ironman you've done so far?
Ironman maybe 10.
Okay, wow.
Different distances, and triathlon events, I don't know, another 10, 20 pieces.
This is awesome. Yeah. This is awesome. I see your dad also is same way. Did he inspire you to follow that?
I inspired him to get on the road bike, but he's not running, so he's not doing triathlon. He's ultra marathon cyclist, so he's attending road races that, for example, you are racing on 600 kilometer distance.
Yeah.
And it was a fun fact that I did one race with him on distance 300 kilometers in Mazury, in a Polish beautiful nature place. Yeah. And that was an amazing experience to be together on the same race.
Exactly.
And he also took a good place. Yeah. He was 8th in general.
Oh wow!
Yes,
that's impressive.
And he is 60 years old, and behind him there were a lot of guys 20, 30 years old. So
yeah, I know that feeling. I was once running my first K here in Warsaw, just running, and it was the first one, and it was really hard than the prep. Yeah, like the marathon is different actually than what you prepare. You can run like, I don't know, half marathon alone. But then when you're on a race, it's a completely different game, yeah? And so I was running, and I see some older people like going right past me really fast, and I feel like this is extremely impressive. And and so how do you what is your advice for someone who wants to do a triathlon or Ironman? What is the best way to prepare it? Is a trainer necessary? Is there a way that you can just do it alone? Because I believe there are a lot of technical things that if you don't know them, it might impact your performance a lot.
Yeah, everyone has different goals. Some of them would like only to accomplish one race and try it. Yeah. So that's it. Maybe for this you don't need a trainer. You can buy some online training plan. Yeah. But what I believe in, and my advice is, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it with full focus and full efforts. Okay. And I'm trying to be as best as I can in this field. So when I started it, I got to the team. I had a coach, private one, and I started racing after 3 months training. Yeah. And I even made some good results that time. But what I learned from this moment, that maybe I discovered that I'm talented in this kind of sport things, but I ruined my body and my backbone in few months time. And after first year of competing races, another race, I couldn't compete at any of them because of a big problem of my health issues and my backbone. I had many problems, and that was a painful moment because you had this feeling, I can do everything, and then some small things stopping you, and you get into depression, and you are not self-confident anymore, and all of this stuff. So, and I met amazing person, my trainer Marcin Fabiszewski, who taught me to be patient. And the first year, all the trainings we did was walking, running, easy cycling for 45 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? What is it? Like, what is the purpose of it? Trust me. You need to believe in the process. After 1 year, you need to recover yourself. You need to get your body to the normal state, because you damage your body a lot, and you didn't train well. And this is the plan we have. And this year, I competed in 5 races, and every race I was in the podium.
This is awesome.
So this was something nice. And
for sure. Yeah, man, this is the balance that is a problem for me personally, to be honest. When I want to push and I tell myself, hey, like, you can do anything, right? But at the same time, there are risks. Like if I push too much and then I mess up my body in some way that I cannot do that thing forever, probably. So I still can't figure out what is that balance, when to stop. Yes. And I don't know, like, what is your approach to that? When do you know when to stop, or take it a little bit slower?
You need to listen to your body. So if you feel, so you need to recognize when your lazy mind is speaking to you, and when your body speaks to you that it's maybe you should rest today, or maybe it's too much. And also you need to be in a process and compare it. The first year I did the training peaks in March, and this react to my body this way. I progress in January, May, whatever. That way. In that moment I got injury. So maybe I pushed too hard. So it's also a record of a year of experience, your body and training. So this is not something you can achieve in 1 year on 6 months, because people are thinking that, I will train for 6 months very hard. I will do best of my
around
efforts,
the world.
and I will achieve amazing goals. Maybe you can achieve a good result, but the question is what will be the cost?
Exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely right. All right, so back to stage automation. Let's say I want to start a business in stage automation. What is your advice for someone who wants to get in the business?
Okay. So first of all, there is not many companies in stage automation. I can maybe tell you about 10 companies in the world that doing this on the professional level. But to get into this business is easy. You buy equipment, you manufacture your machinery by yourself,
which is very hard.
You can hire the mechanical engineer and design some things. But many of the products are now available to buy and purchase.
But the thing, this requires funding. How much money you need to start a business like that? Because obviously if you need to buy all these things, you need a pretty decent amount of investment to start up, and
it's this business require a huge amount of funds. Only this year we invested only in equipment purchases 15 million zloty.
Wow. Okay.
So if you want to be a big player, then you need to sacrifice a big funds.
So let's say someone who doesn't have that money but wants to get at that point somewhere, do you advise them to start working for some company that already does that and then get their way up until there is enough money to start the business? Or is there a way to kind of scrap it, let's say, somehow, to start small?
I think there is a still huge potential in being a good operator, a good rigger, and the guys can still has this freedom like owner of the company has, and make good money. And to be honest, I believe in teal organizations, so that everyone is equal and we have a common goal, and we grow together with the company, and we share the same vision. So I think like joining our company and learning how to tackle this these tasks is a great opportunity to young people.
What is next for Showstak? What are your plans for the future, and what are you excited most about?
So our main goal now is to make next steps in Saudi Arabia and the region itself. So in 2024 we started with office in Saudi Arabia, which we have a warehouse there, we have a full team there. And that was a very important year for us because we're physically there. So we are not anymore the European company that is offering the services. And when client called me, I asked him to pack equipment on the airplane and bring it to cargo. No, it's like our equipment is there, the crew is there. I can from one call I can provide the crew the next day job. And I think my main goal is just to expand this operations there and build a fixed team. Also, I have some private life expectation because I have family here, so I need to find myself balancing on 2 continents. How can I organize my life, but also the same issues with my crew and teammates. They also need to find a way how they adapt to this new situation. But this is what we are aiming for, and we are ready for some sacrifices for sure.
And what about Poland or Warsaw? Are you still doing some projects here? How do you see Poland's position when it comes to events at that scale?
Polish market is let's say 10% of European operations. So European branch is delivering equipment to all the countries in the European Union, and also we did some shows in United States, South America. So our operations are global, and just for now our equipment got back from big show in Italy. So so I'm more thinking about European branch and Middle East branch. But it's still operating. So it's the crew is here, and what's good at sharing 2 continents is that the season in Middle East is in winter, and winter we don't have much season in Europe.
Okay.
Season in Europe is from May to end of September.
Got it. Are you excited about the pace Poland is going economically, because it's growing pretty fast, and even in entertainment as well and events, there are more and more bigger events. Do you see that there is a growth that the country is going for, and you're excited about it? Or do you think that there is still a lot of work to be done?
Yeah, for sure. Like look at behind you, mate.
Yeah. I mean, look at these skyscrapers. It's insane, actually.
Yes,
every time you're outside Warsaw, I'm looking at some new skyscraper, which is I'm very beautiful to see.
I'm very proud of Warsaw, and I'm very proud of my country, and we are doing good work. And if we are keeping this progress, we'll be for sure like one of the main cities in Europe.
Absolutely. I already consider it the best city to live in, to be honest, in Europe. And I love Poland as well. And I think it's a great way to close this up. Kosma, thank you so much for being here. Really, it was great having you know more about Showstak, and hopefully we can run it back another time.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, watch my masterclass on how to start a business in 5 steps in 2025. Thank you so much for your support.